Okay, welcome to today's VariMax live demo. My name is Chad Hilgen. I am the operations manager at VariMax, and today we're going to do a live demo of the new VariMax system and how it works. But before we get started, I just want to update everybody on some new and exciting things that we've added to our system this year. This year we will now be offering irrigation scheduling as well. VariMax has acquired a company called Precision Crop Management. Precision Crop Management is owned and operated by Dr. Chad Godsey out of Ray, Colorado. Chad developed an irrigation scheduling tool in 2017 and 2018 for growers to help them understand how much water to apply in inches, utilizing local weather data and ET modeling and soil texture analysis. So this year we will also be offering irrigation scheduling within our system, along with the nitrogen side of our system today. So I just wanted to update everybody on that. If you see Precision Crop Management in our new software platform, that is the reason you will see that. We're basically going to be offering two tools in one platform. Different types of technology, different ways for growers to maximize return on their investments within our system. So we're really excited about these two tools. We think they go hand in hand and help growers answer some of those very tough in-season decisions on how much N to apply or how much water to apply. So, on this demo for today, we're strictly going to focus on the nitrogen management side of our system. So as we go forward, you'll see some things in here that have irrigation next to them. Chad Godsey will be doing a live demo of the irrigation side of our system and how it works on a later demo. So today we're strictly going to focus on the nitrogen side. So when you sign up and enroll in VariMax, you're enrolled into our system and you get access to our software suite. So on my screen you will see an actual grower and some fields that he is enrolled in our system. Today's demo will be an actual live wheat demo, since we don't have active growing corn yet that we're monitoring. Everything will be shown is in wheat in this year's season. So we'll go over that as well, but I just want to make everybody know that this is offered in corn and for corn as well. But the page that you're seeing is the Manage Fields page. When you log into our system, you will be directed to the Manage Fields page, which shows a list of the fields that the growers enrolled. The first thing on this page I just want to point out is the ET and nitrogen calculator. You can select that calculator and it's going to show you the ET that's being used today and tomorrow and the past 7 days as well, if you're utilizing the irrigation side. The point we're looking at here today is the nitrogen and growth. So you'll see here currently has 71 pounds of N applied on this field. The current growth stage is still at tillering, and the accumulated GDDs for this field are 1,683. So you can click that calculator and that'll change obviously as the days go on. So just something I wanted to point out. But we're going to go ahead and dive into this field. To do that, you just click on the name and it takes you to our fields details page. So first things we have to have is obviously field boundaries. So when we enrolled this field, you can either draw or import your field boundary, as you can see here on the map. We also want to know your crop type, the hybrid or variety you're planting, and the plant date and expected harvest date. So those are the things we'll need when we enroll the field into our system. The next things that we'll need that we'll go over in our nitrogen configuration tab. You'll also see the field configuration and field data tabs. Those are used more for the irrigation side of what we do. So we're going to strictly focus on the nitrogen configuration tab today. In order for you to receive a recommendation from VariMax, this tab has to be completed. So there's 6 steps that we have to answer and save in order for a prescription to generate for your field. The first one is to select a nitrogen management plan. And this one I want to explain exactly what these options mean. So for example, the first option we offer is single. This is for the grower or operation that plans to apply one time in season and that's it. Okay? If that is your operation, how you want to do things, you would choose single. If you're a more intensively managed operation, we have an intensive package for you. This is for the typical grower or operation that will maybe go out and apply some at tillering stage and also reassess the end needs at joint to 2 nodes and make that final app if needed at that time. If that is your operation, you would choose intensive. For corn, we also will add a spoon-fed option. So for the guy that's irrigating or fertigating his nitrogen through his pivot and is doing that every few weeks, we have the spoon-fed approach management option for him as well. So that'll pop up when the corn is selected as the crop type. So we want to select that, click Save. The next thing we want to know is what you've applied as far as nitrogen up to the date. So we make this very easy. You just select the application date, the type that you applied, and then the total pounds of N or total product needed, okay, that you're going to apply. So you can do it either way. Once you enter that information, you click Save, and it'll store that down here in the application record screen. Okay, so it's going to track every application record and date you applied. You can also add this to any other fields that you have in the system if it was the same rate across all of them, and it'll store that as well. Just a time saver, so you don't have to duplicate adding the same record to every field. The next thing we want to do is we want to know the seeding rate that you planted. So in seeds per acre. So we'll enter that and hit Save. The next thing is we want to know your yield history on that farm. We'll enter that and hit Save. Also want to know your yield goals, what you're shooting for or trying to achieve. We'll hit Save to that. The last thing that we have to have is we want to know the tillage type. So if you select the no-till, it's going to pop up the enter the percent of residue. So we want you to give us an idea of the percent of residue that's in that field at that time. So once that is done, you'll hit Save. And the last thing we have here, this doesn't need to be completed to get a recommendation. This just helps us understand your limitations that you have within your equipment. So you can enter your low limitation and your high limitation based off gallons or pounds, depending on which product you're applying. So once these are all filled out, our system through the season will automatically generate recommendations at specific growth stages based off the management plan you chose. So for example, if you chose a single application, we will run recommendations at both tillering and jointing stage. We are growth state specific. So what I mean by that is we want to know the growth stage of that plant at that particular time. Okay? Our system will generate reports automatically when a field hits tillering and when it hits jointing. Okay? Intensive will continue that all the way through flag leaf. Okay? Now, if you would like to request a recommendation to see if there's anything updated outside of the automatic ones we produced, you can come in here anytime and request the VariMax manually. And it will go and check if there's any updated images to process an updated rec for. Okay? So if you select that button, it'll take off and generate a report for you. Okay? One thing I want to point out is everything we're going over, we also have available on our mobile app. Okay? So when you sign up to VariMax, everything we have that we're showing you here is also available on our mobile app. Most growers and agronomists will interact with the mobile app during the season. Okay, so all the nitrogen reports and everything will also be delivered to your mobile app for view only. So once this is all in and our system generates a rec, or this button is selected, it typically takes our system anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to produce a recommendation for your field. You will be notified through the in-app notification or through the web portal notification box when your prescriptions are uploaded to your account. When that happens, you can either open up your app or you can log into like we are here at the web portal, and you'll see a nitrogen tab down here on the left. Okay, those that have irrigation will also see irrigation. You'll select the nitrogen tab, and then you have a select date screen. You may have multiple dates in there based off the amount of recommendations we've ran for you. So in this case, we have 2. We're going to choose the latest one. So we produced this recommendation for this grower on 3/27 at a tillering growth stage. And this is the report that he got. So on the left is our yield capacity map. On the right is the actual variable rate nitrogen prescription. On the yield capacity map, what we're showing you there is the yield capacity of the plant at that particular growth stage. Okay, I want to be clear so everybody knows we're not predicting harvest yield. We're showing you the capacity that that plant has at this particular time. So that can change through the season as we mature, as the crop matures, that rate can definitely change. So I want to be clear on that. But here's what we're actually providing you and where your return on investment is. And this is in the variable rate prescription over here. So you can see we're also going to show you an average NREC, which is 59 pounds across this field. To see a more detailed report based off product or source that you're going to apply, you can select this in summer report. And then you can select any fields that you want to see that report on. Select the date of the prescription you want to use, what source you're going to apply, hit view report. Our system will generate a report based off that product or source you're planning to apply. So you can see here on our nitrogen screen, it's going to show them that we selected 28%. Okay, so it's going to show you average flat rate for that field be 19.6 gallons. Total product needed, a little over 1,000 gallons of 28%. So you can see the variability through the field here in our legend as well. One thing I want to point out is make sure you look at what the colors represent in the area that they represent. Okay, don't get caught just looking at, oh, that's red, that's green. Look at the legend and what the legend represents and what percent of area of the field it does. Okay, so that's a report that you can generate at any time based off the product and prescription that we ran, and you can take this to your guy that's applying, or if you're doing it, or your agronomist wants to see it, and print that out for their information or yours. Okay, so the last thing guys ask me is, well, how do I take advantage and how do I use your variable rate prescription? How do I get it from your system to my display or my sprayer? Well, we make that very easy. All you have to do is come up here on the right and hit the Export Plus button on the variable rate prescription. The screen will pop up. You're simply going to choose the source that you're going to apply, the monitor you're taking the prescription to, and the date of the prescription you want to use. You'll hit Export. A box will pop up down here in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen in your Downloads folder, and it'll create a zip folder with the 4 files that are needed for your display. So all you have to do is copy those files to a flash drive, take them to your display, insert the flash drive. Your display will recognize the files that were created, and you are basically ready to apply. So we make it that easy for you to take advantage of the variable rate prescription. And we've seen guys save up to $4 an acre alone just by using the variable rate piece of what we do. Okay, so that kind of wraps up our VariMax demo. You'll also see just some other little features, some things up here on the top. We have a dashboard page that you can select. We have a weather map, so if you can click on our managed weather and you get access to different weather maps that we have deployed and weather stations we have deployed through the areas. Okay, you can also add different people from your operation, so different users to access different things that you want to. And then we also have the agronomist tab. you can invite your agronomist to have access to review your prescriptions and help you with those. So we've tried to make this as user-friendly for both the agronomist and the grower, okay? Because we know that each one of you work with, a lot of you work with agronomists hand in hand, and we want that to continue. So that wraps it up. The last thing I want to cover before I let you guys go is I challenge everybody to really truly see how our system works and how it can benefit your operation, is to try it on fields that you know. You know your fields better than any one of us, but to see the impact that our nitrogen prescriptions can have within your operation, you really just have to put it on your own acres to fully understand the impact it can have. So I challenge each one of you to give it a shot, try it, see how it can impact your operation, and we'll go from there. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to join us today. I hope you gained some information on what we do and how our system works. I'm happy to answer any other questions or more details that you would like to have. Feel free to give me a call at 785-692-4295, or you can email me at info@VariMaxSystems.com. Thanks a lot for joining us, and have a great day.